Oh boy. Tell me you're trying to cope without telling me you're trying to cope. Actually, let's also add, tell me you have no idea how men think without telling me. Y'all ever notice how women love to make these videos raging about men dating younger women? I mean, it's like clockwork. Every single time. It's the same old, tired, worn out arguments. They can't handle a strong woman. They're afraid of being held accountable. They just can't afford to provide. Nah, sis, it's none of that. It's not that they can't or won't do those things. It's that they won't do them for you. And it's actually pretty simple. As men get older and wiser, they realize there's no point in it anymore. It may take a while, but they eventually see women for what and who they are. They see the double standards, they see the entitlement, the never-ending drama and demands, not to mention the endless bare minimum lectures. All things that women display more and more as they get older. And I'm sorry to say those women get angrier as they realize men are no longer interested in them, as they realize that men their age are done, just done dealing with it all. You see, what a lot of women don't want to admit is that the dating power dynamic shifts with age. And look, I'm not trying to be mean here, but let's talk about reality, shall we? In your 20s, sure, you had options. You had a whole roster. You could have any and every guy you wanted and more than a few that you didn't want but were happy to take advantage of for foodie dates and the like. But once 30 hits, once that clock starts winding down, guess what? As you're finding out, it's the men who now have the options. A wide range of options, I might add, up to and including younger women. And that shift, it keeps growing well into the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Suddenly, it's the men who get to be choosy. It's the men who get to have standards. And now, all of the sudden that that's the case, it's a problem. And what do these women do when that realization hits? The realization that they aren't wanted or needed anymore? Do they admit to themselves maybe they made a mistake? Do they admit now that they can't just have any man they want and instead they're now the ones who are going to have to make the effort? Going to have to prove that they're worthy? Nope, not a chance. No, what they do is cope hard. And they go around making angry videos, blaming the men, attacking them, putting them down, calling them insecure, broke, weak. All because those men dare to have preferences. You know, kind of like the very same ones the women had in their 20s. Look, ladies, instead of being mad at men for playing the same game, the game whose rules you made, maybe you should ask yourselves, was it worth it? Was being a boss babe in your 20s really the flex you thought it was? Because as more and more women are finding out way too late, that answer is no.